How plastic in the ocean negatively affects ocean life. The ocean and thousands of species that call it home are dealing with the poison of plastic. Examples include a grey whale that ultimately died after getting stranded near Seattle in 2010 because it had more than 20 plastic bags, a golf ball and other rubbish in its stomach. Its intestines were damaged and fouled by small pieces of plastic. There are many more examples like this that lead to the death of many marine animals. If you are interested in diving deeper into this issue, then today's video is for you because we'll be discussing how plastic in the ocean negatively affects ocean life. So watch the video until the end to know the recent facts about the issue. But before getting started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. The United Nations says that approximately 800 species in the world are affected by marine debris, and almost 80% of this litter is plastic. Half of all the plastic ever manufactured has been made in the last 15 years, and the production dramatically increased from 2.3 million tonnes in 1950 to 448 million tonnes by 2015. And in 2050, the production is expected to double. About 8 million tonnes of plastic waste is released into the oceans by the coastal nations every year. Estimates say that up to 13 million metric tonnes of plastic end up in the ocean every year, and this is equivalent to a garbage truckload's worth every minute. All the species in the ocean, including fish, sea turtles, small marine animals, and even seabirds, often become entangled in or ingest the plastic debris, and as a result, it causes suffocation and starvation to them. The recent estimates say that at least 267 species in the world have been affected, and this includes 84% of the sea turtle species, 44% of all seabird species, and also includes 43% of all marine mammal species. It was also found that 1 in 3 marine mammals have been found stuck and caught up in some type of marine litter, for example lost fishing gear, nets, and also plastic bags. Hawaiian monk seals and Pacific loggerhead sea turtles are endangered species that often get caught in plastic litter. Fish in the North Pacific Ocean ingest approximately 12,000 to 24,000 tons of plastic every year, which leads to intestinal injury and death and transfers plastic in the food chain to bigger fish and marine animals. A recent study says that a quarter of fish in the California markets contain plastic in their guts, and that was mostly in the form of plastic microfibers. Research says that approximately half of the sea turtles have ingested plastic, and some of them died after ingesting. Research also suggests that the sea turtles that ingest only 14 pieces of plastic have an increased risk of death, and the youngest species are at a greater risk because they are not as what they eat, and so they consume the plastic that comes to them as they drift. Plastic waste is a major cause of killing 1 million seabirds every year. This happens because seabirds ingest plastic and it is accumulated in their stomach and often causes starvation, so this is a reason that approximately 60% of all seabird species have eaten plastics due to which they are suffering. Dolphins are considered as highly intelligent marine species, and they are susceptible to this contamination through the prey that has ingested synthetic compounds. Even the deepest sea creatures are unable to escape plastic pollution. Samples obtained by scientists at the Scottish Association for Marine Science of the Western Isles found that almost 48% of the creatures were having plastic in their stomachs, and they were at a depth of 2,000 meters. In addition to this, human beings are also not immune to this threat. As we know that plastic takes hundreds of years to fully decompose, and some of them break down into tiny particles much quicker, and in the end, we consume particles in the seafood that we eat. This included mostly polyethylene and polyesters that came from shopping bags and clothing which moved into the water by washing machine and wastewater. The most prominent sources of this marine plastic are land-based, from urban and storm runoff, the people who throw plastic at beaches, sewage overflows, inadequate management and disposal of waste, industrial activities, illegal dumping, and construction also. Actually, ocean waste plastic originates mainly from the fishing industry, nautical activities and aquaculture. In addition to this, under the effect and influence of the solar ultraviolet radiations, currents, winds and other natural factors, plastic actually breaks down into smaller particles, which are known as microplastics, the particle 5 millimeters. It can also break down into nanoplastics, and the size of such particles is smaller than 100 nanometers. Plastic pollution is the most widespread and alarming environmental problem that not only affects the marine environment, but it also threatens ocean health, human health, coastal tourism, food safety and quality, and it also contributes to climate change. No doubt that marine wildlife mistake plastic waste for prey and then die of starvation when their stomachs are filled with plastic, and they also suffer from infections, internal injuries, lacerations and decreased ability to swim. You need to know that plastic pollution is so harmful that it has been found in some of the most remote locations on planet Earth, including Antarctica and deepest points such as the Mariana Trench. The ocean currents have collected the floating plastics into 5 huge swelling deep-sea gyres, such as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and this patch covers an area of ocean that is approximately 3 times the size of France. The floating plastics are major contributors to the spread of some harmful marine organisms and bacteria, which are very dangerous and destroy the ecosystem. In addition to this, invisible plastic has been found in the samples of tap water, beer, salt, seafood, and other eatables collected from the world's oceans, including the Arctic. There are some chemicals that are frequently used in the production of plastic materials, and they are considered carcinogenic, so they can interfere with the body's endocrine system, and as a result, they are expected to cause developmental, reproductive, neurological, and immune disorders in both human and wildlife species. As we know that plastic is a product of petroleum and it also plays an important role in global warming, so if plastic waste is incinerated, then it causes the release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and as a result of the rate of carbon emissions increases. In addition to all of the hazards that plastic causes to the environment, it also damages the aesthetic value of tourist destinations, which leads to decreased tourism-related incomes and major economic costs related to the cleaning and maintenance of sites. This problem is getting worse day by day, so we need to take a step to solve this. The biggest change that we can make is to reduce the use of single-use plastic, which is a significant contributor to the pollution in the sea. Try to recycle plastic wherever possible and volunteer for group cleanups of rivers and beaches. Research institutions and industry should work collaboratively for redesigning their products and rethink their usage and disposal, because this would help in reducing the microplastic waste from different things such as synthetic tiles and tyres. The government also needs to implement some laws related to the use of plastic. Just like in China, the government's action on plastic led a ban in 2008 on the use of plastics, and it has helped a lot to reduce pollution. The only way to solve this problem is to reduce the production of plastic, which means reducing our addiction to the use of plastic. An important thing that we need to do is to stop the plastic from getting into the ocean, because it is not possible for a cost-effective to do large-scale cleanups, and once the plastic waste gets in the ocean, it will stay there for hundreds of years or even longer. If this issue is not controlled, then it will cause life-threatening hazards for future generations. Well, that was all for today's video. I hope you liked it. What are the steps that you can take to prevent pollution in the oceans? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to ring the notification bell for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching.